It's kind of strange when you think about it. How we all assume that successful people are doing something extraordinary, like there's some secret routine, some hidden formula, something we just haven't figured out yet. But when you really sit with it for a second, you'll realize that it's usually not that dramatic. It's just small things, done over and over again, even when they don't feel important. And I think that's the part people don't like hearing, because it would be nice if everything changed after one big moment, one decision, one breakthrough. But most of the time, it's just habits, quiet ones, the kind nobody claps for. And before we get into it, if you enjoy videos like this, I'd really love if you could hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, and I'd appreciate it. Okay, so I've been paying attention to this for a while, just observing people who are doing well and also noticing where I personally fall short sometimes. And these are a few patterns that keep showing up. The first one I always see is this: they do things even when they don't feel like it. And I know this probably sounds very basic, but it's honestly where most people get stuck. Because a whole lot of us wait. We wait to feel ready, motivated, or in the right mood. And sometimes that moment just never comes. So the day goes by, then another one, and nothing really changes. Meanwhile, someone else is also tired, also not in the mood, but they still do it anyway. Not perfectly, just enough. And over time, these things starts to matter a lot more than we think, or we'd expect. The second thing is that they don't try to do everything at once, which is hard now because it feels like you're supposed to. Like if you're not building something, or learning something, or even starting something, then aren't you just falling behind? So you just try to do everything. A bit of this, a bit of that, and somehow it still feels productive. But when you actually look at people getting results, they usually just picked one thing and stayed with it longer than most people would, even when it got boring, even when it felt slow. And yeah, that part isn't exciting, but it works. And honestly, that's kind of what this whole channel is about too, just building those small habits over time. So if you haven't already, you can check out some other videos here. They're made to help you build the right habits and create the life that you want. Another thing I've started to realize is they don't just do the work, they sort of check in with it. Like they notice patterns, what's actually moving things forward, what just feels like effort but isn't really doing much. Because it's very easy to stay busy and mistake that for progress. I've done that a lot, actually, spending hours on something, and at the end of it, nothing really changed. And I think the difference is they don't just keep going blindly. They pause, adjust, then keep going again. Now this one took me a while to understand, but somehow they don't rely on motivation. Not at all. They build systems instead. Small things they can repeat, even on days when everything feels off. Because motivation is really unpredictable. It shows up when it wants, disappears when you need it. And if that's what you depend on, you're going to feel stuck a lot. And then the last one is that they're very intentional about their environment, the people they're around, what they're watching every day, what they're constantly exposed to. Because that stuff shapes you, quietly. You don't really notice it happening, but over time, it either pulls you forward, keeps you exactly where you are, or even gets you to a worse state. And I really don't think any of these are extreme. That's kind of the point. It's not big, dramatic changes. It's just small shifts that most people overlook. In the next video, I want to talk about 5 habits of some of the world's millionaires and how they think a little differently about all of this. So, if you don't want to miss that, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just take it one habit at a time. See you in the next one.